Hello and welcome to the agenda. I am Ajay Kaul. In this program today, we will discuss how Pakistan has become a nuisance in the South Asian region. A few days back, a girls' school in Kabul was targeted with a car bomb explosion. It caused nearly 70 deaths and wounded over 100, most of them students. Taliban extremist group is the clear suspect in this most heinous terrorist attack in which innocent children were targeted. It triggered a trending hashtag on Twitter which said Taliban is fighting for Pakistan. This incident again highlighted how Pakistan is responsible for bloodshed and violence in Afghanistan, besides, of course, India. So, isn't Pakistan a nuisance for the entire region? We will discuss this in the agenda today. We have with us retired Brigadier Vinod Datta, and from Kabul, we are joined by senior journalist and head of Pasbanan News Group, Sher Shah Nawabi. But before we start our discussion, have a look at this small report.
Taliban terrorist group, which is known for its regressive views regarding women, recently carried out the most barbarous attack on girl students at a school in Kabul. Nearly 70 children were killed and more than 100 others were wounded in the dastardly attack. At first, a car bomb was detonated in front of the school, which created panic among the students inside. They rushed out of the school and then two more bombs exploded. Officials said most of those killed were schoolgirls. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, while condemning the attack, said the Taliban did not want peace in the country. The attack comes amidst the surge in Taliban violence and military campaign aimed at seizing power in Afghanistan as the US forces prepare to leave the country by September 11 this year. In recent months, the Taliban have specifically targeted journalists, lawyers, judges and other members of the intellectual class, besides stepping up attacks on the Afghan military. It is well known that the Taliban is doing all this at the behest of Pakistan. The Pakistan Army and its notorious intelligence agency ISI have been arming, training and providing all kinds of logistical support to the Taliban, whose leaders keep visiting the training centers and other facilities in Pakistan. It is believed that the top Taliban leaders live in Pakistan under the patronage of the Pakistan Army. Shockingly, the Taliban was given legitimacy by the US in February last year through an agreement signed by the Trump administration with the terrorist group against which America had launched a military campaign in 2001. The US seems to have given up its keenness to leave Afghanistan at the earliest. India, while condemning the Kabul attacks, said the incidents once again highlighted the sanctuaries of terror which must be dismantled at the earliest. The reference was clearly to Pakistan, which has become a nuisance for the entire region. Bureau Report.
Now, let's welcome our guests, Brigadier Datta and Sher Shah Nawabi from Kabul. Welcome to the program, both of you. So, I'll first go to Sher Shah about the this heinous and barbarous attack on a girls' school, this car bomb blast outside school, in which so many innocent kids' lives were lost. So, was it carried out by Taliban? Who carried out this attack?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Cole, and hope our friend Brigadier General or Major General is good. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. Actually, according to the findings and to the evidence that the Afghan government has got, this attack was unfortunately carried out by Taliban terrorists, a group that has already said that they want peace with the Afghan government, but still their main plan is just launch an Islamic government which would be run by Pakistan.
Yeah.
So this group has caused a major problem. In the recent 2 weeks, actually, the group just pushed very hard in the battlegrounds of Afghanistan. They targeted Afghan forces. They were thinking that possibly in this attack they would be able to gain some grounds. So they begin their attacks on more than 24 provinces. And when this attack happened, so once again the game was changed. All in the entire world now knows that Pakistan and Taliban don't want peace in Afghanistan. And this group is now just holding the bloody terror attacks of Pakistan. And recently, Pakistan Chief of Staff, Army Chief of Staff, Samar Bajwa came to Afghanistan. So now it means that Pakistan has understand that if they want to pose threats on us, if they want to pose terrorist attacks on us, they never can win the game. They never just can achieve their goals in here, because now we have a great national army, and in recent wars, at least from 250 to 300 Pakistani army fighters were killed by the Afghan forces during the face-to-face war. So now the game has changed, but unfortunately for just hiding their beats and also the difficulties that the Taliban are facing, they have faced, killed the innocent people, including the students. This is the whole scenario that we have.
Shersha, so you said that 300 Pakistani fighters were also killed along with Taliban. So it is not only Taliban.
Yeah. Well, in this war that in recent weeks we are facing, not only Taliban has been killed in the ground, according to the statistics, according to the evidence that the Afghan forces has in their hand, more than 250 to 300 fighters of Pakistani fighters have been killed. So among them, several of these fighters who were killed are ISI affiliates actually that they were in here, and also in Helmand, one of their logistic coordinator by the name of Colonel Miraj, I have forgot his name actually, was arrested alive, and he has already just approved this issue that Pakistanis are in this war, and also they are providing the logistic support directly by the orders of ISI.
So Pakistan is directly also fighting in Afghanistan. So Brigadier Datta, I'll come to you. So as you heard Shersha saying that it is not only proxy war there, Pakistanis are directly involved in this fight. I mean this insurgency or terrorism in Afghanistan. What do you say on that?
Yeah, good evening Ajay ji. Yes, you are right. The stakes of Pakistan are very, very high, and Pakistan has been fueling such activities. If you go back in the history, if you see the differences between these two countries when Pakistan became independent in 1947, started with the Durand Line. And there were differences of opinion, and Afghanistan always felt that yes, the Pashtun-dominated area, which went to Pakistan, rightfully should have come to Afghanistan, and they wanted the Durand Line to be shifted eastwards so that the justice could be done. But we have seen that Pakistan initially also, if you see, Taliban is a brainchild of American presence there, and Taliban was also encouraged, to flourish there and to carry out their activities. Now, having seen there was negotiation for almost 18 months in Doha and Qatar, where this negotiation was signed, but it got totally violated when the withdrawal of American troops was there. Now, we see that this attack which has been done by the Islamic State, which is a Sunni militant group.
No, it has not been. No, it is being put on. I mean, there is a diversionary tactic that blame is being put on ISIS, but it has been carried out by Taliban. That is what Shersha was just saying, and Afghan president has also said it. But there is an attempt to divert it to put the blame on ISIS. There's a
Yeah, you see this blame game. I mean, Ajay ji, aapse zyada, who knows better than you that we have been discussing on so many programs that Pakistan is a master player of this, throwing this ruse or throwing this red herring and
right.
diverting the issues. And the same tactics they are trying in Afghanistan.
Same they are
And
doing in
everybody,
Kashmir also. When they Lashkar-e-Toiba carries out attack, they say TRF has carried out attack.
yeah,
Local. So
they have been doing that, and the entire world knows India is a very formidable and a very good friend of Afghanistan, and we have invested so much of money in the name of friendship, in the name of development of these people, because we enjoy very good relations with Afghanistan, and almost more than $3 billion India has spent in bringing up Afghanistan and bring up the economy, bring up the country, education system, medical, health, development of infrastructure. So Pakistan doesn't like all these things because they want anarchy in Afghanistan so that their aim can be achieved.
we had to take a short break. We'll be back to continue discussion on Afghanistan and Pakistan's role in bloodshed there. Welcome back. We are discussing about Afghanistan's situation and Pakistan's role in causing bloodshed in that country. Okay, Shersha, I come to you. When we talk about blaming, I mean responsibility, fixing responsibility. American troops have been there. Their CIA has been there for now 2 decades or more. They are active. They have all the intelligence. They have all the information. So don't they know that Pakistan, how much Pakistan is involved in this terrorism in Afghanistan?
Unfortunately, U.S. forces and U.S. government are now facing critical conditions in Afghanistan. They have understood this issue in past 15 years that Pakistan is a foe in the fight against terrorism. The evidence in 2014 or 2016 when Osama bin Laden was killed in Pakistan, and in 2010. Provide this issue that Pakistan will never just stop this proxy tool against Afghanistan, against India, and against the region. But now, as Joe Biden has came as the president of U.S., so what I know is that still Biden believes that the game in Afghanistan should be handled through Pakistan, because Pakistan a good co-worker for them, and they can implement those projects that US have. So if we see to the jihad issue, Pakistan army just get rich for the sake of Afghan jihad. We know it better than me that when they begin the jihad against the Soviet Union, so the whole new equipment which were needed for an army, especially Pakistan, those equipment were bought from the jihad money of Afghanistan, and in return they were just providing the equipment to the mujahideen that were mainly used in the past by the Pakistan army. So still the U.S. knows the issue that Pakistan is not a good ally, but as the U.S. know that it's an regional cancer in South Asia, so U.S. has no another choice, another option. And also at the same time, Joe Biden believes that Afghanistan can manage one nation. But unfortunately, Joe Biden hasn't just considered this issue that we are a nation. There is no Tajik, no Pakistan, no Uzbek, no Hazara. Expect the pro-people of Pakistan that they are fighting for them. They are just working for them. So this is the exact scenario that's ongoing in Afghanistan. But U.S. want to just get out of this hell. I think that for now, the recent attacks of the Taliban and also the recent defending of the Afghan forces showed that if US would be in Afghanistan or if there won't be president in Afghanistan, Afghans, especially the Afghan security forces, the Afghan special forces, the Afghan air force, can just defeat the Taliban, just working for Pakistan, and they're just puppets of Pakistan, nothing more.
So is it that America has now surrendered to Pakistan? Because if you see the latest incident about Kabul attack, this girls' school attack, America's reaction has been very vague. It says that we call for immediate end to violence and senseless targeting of innocent civilians. But it doesn't name anywhere Taliban or who is responsible. Shersha.
Well, as I know, US has just surrendered to Pakistan and to Taliban after 2016 and 2018. And after the peace talks began, so after the peace deal agreement, just US President Trump, former President Trump, just made this opportunity and gave this courage to Taliban to just work on the issue that they would be legitimately recognized. So now US has just given the whole game to ISI. But one thing that is completely known is that no one will surrender in Afghanistan to Pakistan. No one will surrender to Taliban. So it's the problem of the US that they have spent more than $1 trillion in Afghanistan. But now they are living without the main objective that they had. Earlier, Joe Biden said that we have gained in Afghanistan our objective, which was defeat of Al-Qaeda. But I can provide details that says Al-Qaeda is operating in Ghazni, Helmand, and also in Kandahar.
Yeah.
So dozens of their fighters killed. And they have already just lost the game. The Americans have lost the game, and now there is one opportunity for them to just give what they have to Pakistan and also to finalize the issue of Afghanistan through the channel of Pakistan.
Right. So, Brigadier Datta, you heard Shersha. So, it's like the Trump administration, when they signed the deal with Taliban, so they gave legitimacy to Taliban, and now Taliban is running, I mean, they are creating havoc in Afghanistan. What do you say on that?
Yeah, Kaulsab, you're right, because you see, Taliban once was a part of the governance. You see, after this alliance got totally dismembered.
But that government was not recognized by anybody in the world, not even the Americans.
It was not. It was, but they were the de facto ruling the country. And when now every day there are skirmishes between the security forces and the Taliban, and you will realize that, you see, what is the mandate of Taliban? You know, the Taliban wanted, they were basically for deliberate governance should be there. They were there that well designated policy decisions will be taken, women rights will be restored, minority will be done. But they have done nothing to it. And if you recall, Kaulsab, there was an incident in 2007 when Muhammad Hanif, who was the spokesperson of Taliban, he was captured in Afghanistan, and when he was interrogated, he clearly said that, yes, I was kept in Quetta and I was looked after by ISI, and I was fed information. I was being, driven by ISI that what all activities we have to take. So the overt and the covert hand of ISI, the Pakistan Army and Afghanistan, I think Shahanshah will agree with me that Pakistan Army along with ISI are harboring these terrorists. And these terrorists are not conventional terrorists. These terrorists are now laptop jihadis. They are Talibans, they are technocrats, they are academicians. So, gone are the days when they were trigger happy. Now there are, terrorists who are technological, compliant.
Right.
So,
So,
yeah.
yeah, the Taliban remains, but Pakistan is the main actually factor which is causing unrest and bloodshed in Afghanistan. I mean, both of you agree with that. But the time of this program today is over. We'll discuss again on this issue. This is a very burning issue. But thank you both of you for participating in this debate today. This is all in the agenda today. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another important topic tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.